Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHONY Insider suggests Brynn Whitfield was mischaracterized report. The Real Housewives of New York is on an indefinite pause, and no one is necessarily asking for another season, given the prior ratings. It could be assumed that the cast was out of a job until producers decided to start filming again. But on June 9, Brynn Whitfield made an announcement that she was quitting RHONY. Now an insider is coming to Brynn's defense after backlash and speaking to her authenticity. Regardless of how the show attempted to portray Brynn, she was one of the sweetest people I'd ever worked with, a source told OK magazine. She was kind and gracious and completely real. The insider claimed Brynn never came off as fake. It's a statement to contradict what her co-stars said about her transparency while filming. Although the source suggested the real issue is with editing, the show supposedly has a way of mischaracterizing people. I never got the impression she wasn't being completely sincere with me, they stated. The source continued, I can safely say from personally knowing her, she was definitely not the person they attempted to make her out to be. That being said, she certainly wasn't above the fray in terms of stirring the pot. She liked to do that and knew it came with being on Housewives, and frankly she was good at it. Regardless, she will have a bright future without the show. The marketing and communications consultant shared her parting statement earlier this month. She called her time on RHONY the most fun, chaotic, and magical chapters of my life. After a lot of thought, I've made the decision to walk away from reality TV. For now, Brynn wrote on Instagram. Last week, Hoppy, the dating app I co-founded and proudly serve as chief marketing officer, hit a massive download milestone. I can't even put into words how surreal it feels. All I want to do now is pour every ounce of energy into building Hoppy into the #1 dating app in the world. That RHONY alum continued, it was the honor of a lifetime to help reboot such an iconic franchise. From day one, I've believed RHONY is a fan's show. We're just temporary custodians of something that truly belongs to the viewers. I hope I made you laugh, a lot, cry, a little, and more than anything, I hope there's a TV in heaven so that Mimi, who lived for her shows, could watch me and be proud. To every person who gave me a chance, cheered me on, and afforded me love and grace, thank you. Catch The Real Housewives of New York streaming on Peacock. The show streams on Hulu in the UK and Ireland. In the glamorous, drama-fueled world of The Real Housewives of New York City, RHONY, viewers have seen a whirlwind of emotions, alliances, betrayals, and revelations season after season. And with the latest controversy surrounding Brynn Whitfield, fans are left wondering, was she really the villain they thought she was? According to a new insider report, Brynn Whitfield's portrayal on RHONY might have been more complicated, and arguably more unfair, than what the cameras captured. Who is Brynn Whitfield? For those who have only recently started following RHONY, Brynn Whitfield is a name that carries weight. Introduced as a sophisticated, stylish woman with a penchant for keeping things real, Brynn quickly became a standout personality. She is a successful professional, balancing her career with a complicated social life in the city that never sleeps. On screen, Brynn was portrayed as direct, confident, and sometimes confrontational, a classic recipe for housewife drama. Yet, as with many reality TV stars, the camera doesn't always tell the whole story. The rise of a mischaracterization. The insider report, shared by a trusted source close to the RHONY production team, suggests that Brynn was mischaracterized in the recent episodes. According to this insider, the editing and narrative choices made by producers painted Brynn in a more negative light than what actually transpired behind the scenes. This isn't the first time reality TV editing has been called into question, but given Brynn's rising fan base, the implications could be significant. The source explains that Brynn's strong personality was sometimes edited to make her appear overly aggressive or unsympathetic, particularly in interactions with other cast members. She's a person who speaks her mind, but that's not the same as being mean or manipulative, the insider shared. The footage that makes it to air is carefully curated to fit a storyline, and in Brynn's case it felt like the narrative was skewed. The Real Housewives of New York City has long been a spectacle of glamour, drama, and larger-than-life personalities, Season after season, the series has delivered unforgettable moments that fans eagerly dissect and debate. Recently, the spotlight has turned back to Brynn Whitfield, a newcomer whose portrayal stirred mixed reactions among viewers. But now, an RHONY insider is stepping forward to suggest that Brynn was mischaracterized, revealing a nuanced truth behind the headlines and camera angles. A star is born. Or is she? Brynn Whitfield first appeared on RHONY as a fresh face, instantly capturing attention with her poised demeanor and undeniable confidence. She was introduced not only as a successful entrepreneur, but also as a woman navigating the complex social circles of New York City's elite. Viewers saw her as polished yet guarded, a combination that sparked intrigue but also skepticism. However, as the episodes unfolded, Brynn's narrative seemed to shift. Moments that initially showcased her charm morphed into scenes that hinted at manipulation or coldness. Fans took sides, some admired her composed grace, while others questioned her authenticity. Social media exploded with theories, memes, and heated debates. Was Brynn a misunderstood underdog, or was she playing a calculated game? The mischaracterization claim. Amid the swirling speculation, an RHONY insider who requested anonymity spoke exclusively about Brynn's true nature and experience on the show. According to this source, the story presented to viewers was only a fragment of the reality, shaped heavily by selective editing and producer influence. Brynn came in with an open heart and genuine intentions, the insider explained. She wasn't trying to stir the pot or be a villain. Unfortunately, the way her storyline was pieced together gave off a different vibe, one that didn't truly reflect who she is. This revelation adds a layer of complexity to Brynn's portrayal. Reality television is notorious for crafting narratives from countless hours of footage, often amplifying conflict and reducing characters to archetypes. Brynn's case appears to be a textbook example of how editing can redefine a person's public image. Behind the scenes, Brynn's true personality. According to the insider, Brynn is a deeply empathetic individual with a sharp intellect and a strong sense of loyalty. Far from the cold and calculating persona some viewers perceived, she reportedly sought to build meaningful friendships and maintain harmony amid the chaos of the RHONY cast. She really tried to connect with everyone, the source said. Brynn was often the voice of reason during heated moments, but those parts didn't make the final cut as much. Instead, scenes where she was misunderstood or caught in awkward exchanges were emphasized. This insight challenges the viewer's preconceived notions and invites a re-examination of Brynn's journey on the show. It suggests that perhaps the audience missed key context or softer moments that could have balanced the narrative. The editing game. Reality TV's double-edged sword. The insider's comments underscore a broader truth about reality television. Editing shapes perception. Producers decide which scenes make it to air, how sequences are ordered, and what music underscores the drama. The goal is to craft a compelling storyline that keeps viewers hooked, but this process can sometimes distort the full picture. In Brynn's case, the emphasis on her conflicts and moments of tension may have overshadowed her more authentic self. It's a reminder that reality TV, while unscripted, is far from a pure reflection of reality. Brynn's response to the narrative. When reached for comment, Brynn Whitfield acknowledged the challenges of being on a high-profile reality show, but emphasized her commitment to staying true to herself. It's been an incredible journey with ups and downs like anything in life, she shared. I understand that what viewers see is just a snapshot, and I hope people can appreciate the person behind the scenes, someone who values kindness, honesty, and growth. Her statement aligns with the insider's perspective and reinforces the idea that Brynn's story is still unfolding beyond what's been edited for television. The audience's role. Perception versus reality. Fans of RHONY are passionate and deeply invested in the cast's lives, often forming strong opinions based on limited information. The insider's revelation about Brynn's mischaracterization invites viewers to pause and reconsider the ease with which judgments are made. Reality television thrives on drama, but the human beings at its center are far more complex than a 42-minute episode can capture. Brynn's experience is a cautionary tale about the gap between on-screen portrayals and real-life personalities.